Welcome to Crime Maze. In this video we are going to talk about top 5 terrifying cases of catfishing. So before starting this video, like this video, and subscribe to Crime Maze for future updates. Number 5. College football star mourns the death of a girlfriend, who never existed. Manti Te'o, a star Notre Dame defenseman, was once featured on the cover of Sports Illustrated for his athletic prowess. He drew national compassion in 2012, when he publicly announced the death of his long-distance partner Lene Kakua from leukemia. A few months later, a Deadspin reporter probed deeper into the narrative and discovered that Lene never existed. She was actually Manti's male buddy Ronaya Tuiesosapau, who eventually declared his love for him. Number 4. Woman's aunt sets up fake Facebook account and discovers her niece is plotting to kill her. Marissa Williams, a teen from Tuscaloosa, was living with her aunt when she was advised to cease using Facebook to attract male strangers into her home. Marissa retaliated by blocking her aunt on Facebook. So her aunt made a false Facebook account called Trey Top Dog Ellis and added Marissa as a friend. Marissa began complaining to Top Dog about how she wanted him to come and pretend to kidnap her and take her away from her oppressive aunt, much to her aunt's surprise. She allegedly even instructed him on how to break into her aunt's bedroom and murder her before pretending to flee with Marissa. She also urged Top Dog to assassinate her uncle, cousin, and dog. Marissa was arrested and charged with solicitation of murder after her aunt reported these messages to the authorities. Number 3. After learning that a transgender woman is a guy, a college football player allegedly shoots her to death. Tyrone Underwood, 24, was found dead with numerous gunshot wounds earlier this year. He posed online as a girl named Tyra and self-identified as a girl. Detectives pieced together information that suggested Carlton Ray Champion Jr. had been in a sexual connection with Underwood for weeks, that ended fatally when Champion realized Underwood had a penis. Number 2. An anonymous individual steals images of women and builds a large online following. A still unidentified person stole an estimated 900 or more images from Ruth Graves, born Ruth Palmer, and posed as Leah Palmer online for nearly 3 years, breaking hearts and bending minds, until Ruth was alerted to the fact that someone was posing as her. Leah's social media accounts were deactivated, only to reappear a short time later. Number 1. A woman dupes a number of women into believing she is a male named Sebastian Pritchard Jones. Since roughly 2010, an online entity known as Sebastian Pritchard Jones has been dating at least 5 British ladies, always flirting until they had to meet. Whether it was his grandfather's Alzheimer's or sob stories about his sister dying of breast cancer, there always seemed to be some terrible sorrow befalling Sebastian that rendered him unable to seal the sale. Then, Sebastian shared a photograph of a perfume bottle that he wanted to present to one of his victims. What he didn't realize was that the perfume bottle doubled as a reflector, revealing Sebastian to be a lanky blonde woman. Claire Travers Smith arrives at a port town in Pembrokeshire on a Saturday afternoon in June, where the air is salty, the gridded streets are calm, and a gigantic multi-story ferry looms in the harbour, ready to plough across the Celtic Sea to Ireland. Claire has arrived from the opposite direction a few hundred miles on the motorway, and are snaking a road from London roughly as far west as Wales allows. She's looking for someone with whom she used to be in love. Claire tells me they met online 2 years ago, practically to the day. She met him on Smooch, a dating service, and she was immediately drawn to him. Claire, an experienced and tired internet dater, had come to value his ability to spell, and his ability to be irreverent and witty via browser window text box. He wrote to her, "Yeah, you'll do. Are we going to play around on here for weeks, gradually upgrading to texting each other, or are we just going to meet up and go on a date?" They wondered. They exchanged actual names, photos, and phone numbers. Sebastian Pritchard Jones, a 35-year-old teacher who lived in Marylebone, West London, was a football aficionado who enjoyed classic Ford Cortinas. His pictures depicted him as a skinny man with dark hair and a square, bearded jaw, wearing thick-rimmed glasses. Claire, 30, a TV producer who has worked on This Morning and The Weakest Link, said he was nicer looking than the males that generally messaged me back. Her hair is long and fringed and she has a round, attractive face. Claire recalls prickling with attraction when she and Sebastian first spoke on the phone. He spoke with a thick Welsh brogue. He mocked her about her odd double-barreled surname, which was similar to his own. He instructed her to address him as Seb. A third date was set up and Seb again dumped her. He explained that he was having family troubles, and that he was giving her a gift this time to make amends. Claire recognized it as a bottle of perfume with a scent she liked. Seb scribbled a letter, "Why would I purchase you a bottle of perfume, if I didn't want to see you," and placed it next to the bottle photographing both. Claire has looked at this image a lot since then, probably more than Seb did. She brought her laptop to Pembrokeshire, and among the hundreds of files connected to Seb on its hard disk, the image of the perfume bottle is the most revealing. The surface of the bottle is spherical and mirrored. It depicts a reflection of someone leaning in and taking a picture with a camera. Claire saw that the person she had fell for was never skinny with brown hair, as she studied the photograph on her laptop, zooming and squinting. There are no glasses and no beard. Instead, it was a blonde with a double chin and enormous puffy arms. Claire noticed a woman. The internet is notorious for being well designed for deceit. Most of us have come across its drawbacks: the distant prince eager to offer his limitless wealth, in exchange for a few tiny loans. Even if most of them are innocuous, online dating has its own set of gimmicks. What do you think about this video? Which of the following top 5 terrifying cases of catfishing you find most terrifying? Do let us know down in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.